Sri Lanka is currently facing some difficult times. Many of you have asked me whether it's still a good time to visit and fly Sri Lankan Airlines. I'm trying to give you an answer in this video while I fly from Colombo to Delhi. I live in Sri Lanka and I've been flying Sri Lankan Airlines for years. Whether it's in the back or up front, I genuinely believe that they have some of the nicest set of cabin crew. However, can they still deliver while the country is facing one of its biggest financial crises? Well, watch the full video to find the answer.
So guys, and here we are. Welcome to Colombo International Airport. Now it's time to check in for our business class experience all the way to Delhi. So all checked in, let's go and check out the business class lounge of Sri Lankan Airlines. We used to have the possibility to get foot drops. They stopped it during the pandemic. Let's see whether they are back.
And here we are at the Sri Lankan Airlines Serendip Lounge, which usually comes with a spa, a bar, as well as a buffet, which features both local and Western options. It also offers plenty of seating and gives you beautiful views over the apron, a very AFGIC friendly lounge. Alright, boarding soon, let's head to the gate. Today we're flying the Airbus A330-300, which is the backbone of Sri Lankan Airlines. They currently operate 7 of them, mostly on intercontinental flights. Sri Lankan Airlines features 28 seats in a reversed herringbone configuration. Every seat comes with direct aisle access and turns fully flat.
Water.
Just the water,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
champagne?
Okay, give me some.
Okay. Why not?
Exactly, why not? So, and welcome on board the Airbus A330-300. That is probably what you could expect if you fly to Sydney, Melbourne, London with Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, fact is, for 3-hour flights, this is an amazing, sensational product and something that is always consistent, and I have said many times or mentioned in my Sri Lankan Airlines reviews is that the crew is amazing and there's no difference on this flight. Beautiful welcome, huge smiles, eager, full of emotions. I love that. They're all in good spirit and that makes like a flight great, right? That's what we love. Crew that loves their job, and considering everything this island goes through, and I'm gonna talk more about the current situation in Sri Lanka after takeoff, but they still have a huge smile on their face, and this is what I appreciate about this airline. But yeah, let me give you a quick little seat tour. Though the seats are very dated, they still offer great comfort, but I'm not a huge fan of the leather. However, each seat comes with a power outlet, USB slot, as well as a remote control and noise cancelling headphones, which most of them deliver a terrible sound quality though due to the overused audio jacks. You have a huge screen with decent entertainment options in front of you, and all their wide-body planes feature Wi-Fi. We taxied to the runway for an on-time departure, and now is a very good moment to hit that like button and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You would make my day. I then had a quick look at the menu and was then timed for the lunch service. So, and here we are, half an hour into the flight. Got a beautiful looking meal. So they had 3 choices, chicken, fish, vegetarian. Pretty impressive for a 3-hour flight. Portion looks amazing. Food looks good, but then you never know what it tastes like, especially with fish. Usually a tendency to be dry, but once again, lovely crew. Very, very, very kind, engaging crew that shows such huge interest in their passenger. And but yeah, let's dig in and let me tell you whether you should go for the seafood option on Srilankan Airlines as well. Let me tell you, I just took one bite and this is such an amazing dish. Full of flavors, fresh, juicy. Fish is amazing. Wow, really, really good. So hands down, one of the best meals I've had in a long time. Very powerful in flavors. A great quality meal. I love the little Kit Kat here as well. So little things that make a difference, and there's still dessert. So of all the airlines I've ever flown, Sri Lankan Airlines has the most comprehensive tea menu of all airline. Ceylon tea, world famous. Sri Lanka is the island of tea. They probably even secretly claim that they invented tea, and obviously I'm gonna have a tea on this flight, so this is very important that you try some good Sri Lankan tea when you fly Sri Lankan Airlines.
And as I enjoyed this wonderful cup of tea, Savio, the cabin manager, came to say hello, and we had a chat about the current state of the country, which is a great segue into my next segment.
So while I'm enjoying this beautiful cup of tea, which is brilliant, Savio, the cabin manager, just came over and we had a little chat about the situation in Sri Lanka, because as of recently I got a lot of comments from my followers who are aware of the fact that last year in November I made Colombo my base, so Sri Lanka is my home. And I got a lot of comments of people saying, oh, should I still fly Sri Lankan Airlines? Should I still come and visit Sri Lanka? We see a lot in the news, which is putting us off to fly the airline or to come to Sri Lanka. For someone who lives in Sri Lanka, I can tell you that the country is perfectly fine. Of course, there's unrest. There has been power cuts due to mismanagement, and for 25 years this country has been ruled by the Rajapaksa clan, which is mainly known for corruption, right, and for mismanagement. And while they've been praised as heroes during the war, they don't seem to be able to manage the situation. So what Sri Lankans do, they go out and they just make use of their constitutional right to peacefully demonstrate, because the power cuts have been increasing. There's shortage of medicine, food, and these basics. And I would go on the streets too, as people in the Western world go and take the streets for every reason on a weekly basis, right? So I live there. And of course, I talk from a bit more place of privilege. In my building, there is no power cuts. I don't know what it feels like, you know, but I do feel with the people. So I've been visiting Sri Lanka for 10 years. My dad used to live there in the 1780s. I have a very strong connection with this country. And it does hurt a little bit when I see that the cabins are empty, because the news aren't portraying the situation in a proper way. I have friends who've been visiting and they said, Josh, it's nothing like in the news. All the hotels have generators. Now with the rainy seasons, the hydropower is flowing in, so there's less and fewer power cuts. And because the brave young Sri Lankan generation, people, which are such heroes, which I admire so much, going out there every day. They go to work and after this they go demonstrate peacefully. Because of them, they're trying to get a change and make a change. And this is important. That's how democracy works. And so I'm really hopeful that things are going to change in a positive way, and that Sri Lanka becomes the pearl of the Indian Ocean that it used to be. It used to be always better off than India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, from all the countries in the region. It was wealthy, it was powerful, it was enjoying a lot more privilege than other nations in this region. So we all go through crises. They are hard times anyways, but I can vouch for the fact that Sri Lanka is safe, that Sri Lanka is fine. There are a few hiccups here and there, but that shouldn't put you off coming here. If you come to Sri Lanka, message me on Instagram. I'm happy to have a beer with you too, and I show it to you in person. So please pack your bags, fly Sri Lankan Airlines, come to Sri Lanka, and you won't regret it. For that, I can vouch. And you know, if I say something, I mean it. This is not sponsored. This comes from the bottom of my heart, because it's also my country. Emotional. It's my emotional home. So I just want the very best for Sri Lanka. So come here. So, and of course, I want to do a little giveaway, because I recently introduced those Cahill remove before flight key rings, which look pretty cool on my key, which you can get if you join my Patreon. If you want to support my work, check out the link in the description box below. But today I also want to give one of those away. So all you have to do is leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe, and one of you will be the lucky winner of this beautiful keyring. So good luck. So of course, for a 3-hour flight, this is absolute luxury. For 11-hour flight, which is their longest flight, is London Heathrow. But they also serve Sydney and Melbourne, where this flatbed comes in very handy. Reversed herringbone. They have another 330 with a 222 configuration, which they mainly also just use on regional flights. But this is their proper long-haul product, which you will probably find flights to Jakarta, Australia, London, Frankfurt. So there's a couple of versions of the reversed herringbone seat. Now they even come with like closed doors. Etihad's new one, or Qatar Airways. But when they don't have that door, then usually sometimes, and I really like that on Cathay Pacific, they have a bit of a flap extending into your space, which means you have a lot more privacy. As we were celebrating this seat like 10 years ago and saying, oh my god, this is like, can business class get any better? Certainly it can, and it still does evolve over the years. It's incredible what they come up with. So, but yeah, this was the flatbed experience here. Not very necessary on a 3-hour flight, however, still appreciated it, but you'll love it on an 11-hour journey to London.
But the question remains, should I still fly in Sri Lankan Airlines? Of course you should. They still deliver their signature service with a huge smile on their face. And now they need your help more than ever. So please, if you can, book that ticket on Sri Lankan Airlines, and best case scenario, spend your vacation here as well.
Susan, thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, welcome back to Aero City. In 10 years coming to India, I have tried literally every hotel in Aero City. Today I'm trying the A-Loft. Nice panoramic view here, but they're not using that runway today. So, no spotting for me. Excellent flight today, loved it. Great service, great food, great everything. And yeah, I hope it was enough encouragement for you guys to book that ticket on Sri Lankan Airlines, and best case scenario, even come to Sri Lanka. Check out my Patreon if you want to support my work. Also, if you want to have one of those cool key rings here, as you can see, look really cool on your backpack, leave a comment and you might win one. If you want one guaranteed, join my Patreon, because everybody who joins gets one of those. They look really cool. Guaranteed upgrade as the crew sees it. Alright guys, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.